Hey, what's going on, good people? Oh, joy. What's up, Jay Karma? Good morning, Grand Rising. Uh, Rich Rising, damn right. Wow, me and Uchiha. Man, what's going on? You part of the Uchiha tribe? I like that. That's a fly name. Everybody, I'm gonna give it a little bit more time so a lot of people can get in here. Everybody, I cannot say in all honesty that I'm in my best spirit, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and do this anyway. I'm just not feeling 100% emotionally at the moment. So, but things still gotta transpire because I understand what this means. I understand what it means to people. Because I understand what it means to me as well. So now today, we're gonna pray, and I thank you guys for the prayers and the strength. When I tell you it's needed, is definitely needed. I'll being a strong man, not just a strong black man, but being a strong man, you often sometimes don't have nobody you can call uh, to really see you, not to joke and jive, and not to get something out of you. Being a spiritual advisor, tarot reader, typically the conversation turns to, hey, what's my future, or something like that. When you're really talking to friends and family, and you yourself is looking for somebody just to ask how your mental health is. And I'm just being a little transparent. This is not the ancestor prayer, and but it goes. It's like, I ain't gonna say you, I'll say me. I've taken on so much emotional baggage from other people, and finding ways to release it in a healthy manner is becoming hard to do. That's why I decided to kind of take the vacation, cut back on some of the readings for at least a month, to really, really, decompress and do a couple cleansings and focus on more teaching than the readings. But it's like that just opens up another avenue of confusion for others, which I don't mind. I mean, I know what I'm here for. And well, before we get into this emotion, I mean, before we get into this ancestor prayer, let me explain a little bit what's really going on, so you don't think the Baron finna go get his 38 or something. I got Saturday. Me and my son was driving around. I was spending time with him, and we went and got something to eat and hung out and just laughed and talked. And I video chatted his little male friend, and it was a good day. So I went back to my old circle, and not the criminal circle I used to run with, but the more of the political circle I was into. Once I got out of that, if you guys didn't know, before I became the Baron, or before I got into sales, I was a motivational speaker in my town. in my state rather, pretty damn good at it too. But spirit led me a different way. Uh, Met with a couple people and they was like, hey, you should get back into it because your mentoring program, your mentoring business you had was doing quite well, and people and these kids was reciprocating it. Everybody was that. I'm sorry that, and it all stemmed because I didn't sleep with a woman. It's how I lost all of that. Not gonna mention her name. She's predominant in that arena. But at the time I was married and I told her, hey man, you fine, you fly, you got it going on, you got hat styles, you that, smell good, look cool, appreciate the compliments. And she like, well, I can get you more contracts. And listen to me good, people. I can get you more contracts or I can bump your program up to the highest tier, if you let me screw you. And I mean, I'm flattered. Don't get it twisted. Now, I ain't some yogi bit up guru around this bitch like floating on air. That shit was what you tell me? Yeah, the brother do I do talk now. That's what I'm saying in my head, but I ain't give it an inkling. But I was married at the time, and I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am." I said I appreciate that, and just can't. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So it was like I rejected a powerful woman. So when that happened, and I'll just and 100% transparent with you guys, I made I was making $12,000 a month motivational speaking. So and I did that shit for like 3 years, 4 years. So the money wasn't the issue. When I say this is the poorest job I got, being a spiritual advisor slash tarot man, this is the least amount of money I done made in my whole entire existence. Okay, so this is not this is not for the paper. This is for the likes, the shares, and subscribes and the views. I guess I don't know because I am not gonna be. I am not getting rich off of this right here. But so after all of that, I told her no. It kind of came down to, well, none of your programs will get done here ever again, and I didn't get fired. The contract just ended. Fast forward to Saturday, what happened that got me in this kind of fucked up mood. So I'm running in that circle again. Everybody see me and my son at the restaurant, and they like, oh man, we can get you funding. You should whip back out your program. You should do this. You should go back into it. And and this is the most depressing part about it. I'm gonna be. No, I don't need you to send her nothing, Brandy. Don't put the hookah on her. Uh, but here is the most depressing part about it at all. They was like, these people know how to jug at your motherfucking soft spot. I'm telling you, man. They were like, hey, you wanted to be on the ballot to go into politics, and you wanted to be a different form of politician, because that was my total aspiration. I was supposed to be into politics, and I was supposed to change the world via politics, a new way of looking at things. And if you start this program over again, if you start this program over again, I guarantee in 4 years, I'll build you up enough to where you could run for politics. It's always been a dream of mine to be in the political world. When it comes to, I understand politics. Y'all think I understand the spiritual thing? Boy, listen, I understand politics. I understand it so well. And they was like, come serve under me. You'll be in the politics, guaranteed. With how many people know you and know your face and your speaking, your vernacular, and how you tie things together, and how you can connect with people, and God damn it, people, listen to me good. And your training program, your mentoring program, I will make sure it gets into just about every school with all my connections. People, that mean I don't have to lift a goddamn finger. I could teach a class of 12 people once a year, have them go do my program that's just that good, and get all the residuals from it. That could net me a good million in about a year, 2 years. Without me really doing nothing but training people probably once, twice a year. But as I was talking to him, it came out in a sexual content. It was like, if you just let me mentor you in this way, and the bitch, God forgive me, no, and the person said, certain things that have to happen eventually down the line, but we adults, we can work through that. People, I'm a Leo, so I'm really old motherfucking K with being a sex symbol. I know me. I know, listen, when I look in the mirror, I don't see nothing other but God, okay? I know I'm good looking. I know I'm sexy. I know I got it going on. And I told, for Lord's sake. But it just was a feeling that I'd be compromising myself and trading my soul just to get the dream I want, just to get the where I want to be at. And I would have to eventually, here and there, got me fucked up. People, I've been in a real fucked up space since Saturday, y'all. And before we get into the ancestor prayer, I'm gonna tell you, I really want people to start looking at me for fucking me. I really want people to see like I'm like a really cool mofo, man. Without whipping out my cock, I'm like fucking awesome to hang around, fun, like to have. Man, we joke and jive and shit. Kind-hearted old Negro here. But every time it requires me to get to the next level in a group setting, I always get sexualized. And I'm not here to sit up here and be like, okay, the shit ain't flattering, the shit ain't fun. But at the end of the motherfucking day, is it my talent, my time, my treasure that you want, or is just to have me on your fucking arm? Or is it just to have me as your everybody know, oh, this is my who I'm mentoring, this is he slide up in me here and there and shit, or or work me. Is it really motherfucking my ability you're digging? Or is it really motherfucking that you just want to screw? And that pissed me off, man. Cause I got one of the best programs sitting in this fucking computer right here. 3-week program. Change your fucking life. Change the life of anybody who goes through the program. And I mean, I perfected this shit myself using psychology, body language, pheromone. I put it all. I jam pack that bitch in here. And in 3 weeks, I guarantee I can rewrite somebody's brain to understand how to do things the proper way when it comes to life skills and life skills facilitating training. But that's not important. What's important is having this big, strong black buck on your fucking arm. It pisses me off. But that just been on my chest. It felt good to get that off. It literally feels good to fucking say it, man. You know. Yeah. They dangled that politician shit in front of my face, and God knows I like politics. I know I could change my community. I know I could change the at-risk youth. I just know how to get in and touch them kids and touch the family of them kids who going through it fucked up in the head. And it's easy for me because I'm a psychic. I can read. So I know what's going on. But yeah, people, yeah, try. That was dangled in front of me this weekend. I know I could make $1 million in a year with this program I created. I literally own the fucking patent to it. But putting it out there, you have to, when you're trying to move up in that entrepreneurship world, that motivational speaking world, that's a dangerous motherfucking world, boy. Because people will try to fuck you left and right. People will try to utilize your gift, your talent, and they will sexualize you. And y'all think these brothers with the suits on and the tight clothes and shit, and y'all think the sisters got it bad. These women is empowered now, man. These women is empowered. Rather they decent looking women or goddamn scatterbags, you know. They sit up there and say, hey, you want me to do something for you? You do something for me. Cock their leg up on the goddamn wall like Bruce Lee. It's like, fuck, man. See the fucking, read the goddamn binder before you throw that shit around. God damn it, people. This is the first time I smiled about that, y'all. This is the first time I was really sad. Because not only did I lose the spot because I didn't sleep with somebody, now you offering me something else. If I sleep with you every now and then, why you mentor me like I'm some fucking 12-year-old kid that need tighty whities washed on the weekend? Hey, won't happen to me. I made a joke the other day. I made a joke. I said, if I ever go to a woman's house, knock her down, we have a great time, and she get up and put money on the dresser and tell me thank you, you can't talk to me no more. You better not ever call my goddamn phone. Don't text me, don't hit me. You is not gonna treat me like a hoe. And that's what they made me motherfucking feel like. And the fucked up part about it, people, the brother that was with him, yeah, that's how it go. Like a motherfucking laughing fucking hyena mixed with a horse. That's how it goes. Some things gotta be done to get some things. The bitch head. I just want to slap him on the top. Bitch, shut up. We men. Don't let them sexualize me. Bitch pissed me off. He was in a fucking agreement. God knows what he doing. Jesus Christ. People, this is a new world, boy. Ladies, let me say something to y'all before I get into this prayer. Men used to worry about the bosses trying to fuck the girlfriends when the late night shift is over and all that shit. There are the bosses enticing the girlfriends in the office spaces and shit. And the men didn't have, and the ladies ain't have nothing to worry about because they bosses was men and shit like that. These women in power, these women owning Fortune 500 companies. They see somebody like, hey Sarah, bring the boy up here. Have him fix you some coffee. Put him in this suit tie with nothing else on. Tell him if he don't do it, that's his job. Yep, and there you go, a forced sex affair. What, you gonna go home and tell your lady, baby, I'm making $500,000 a year, but the boss got me fucking, and I don't want this job no more, so I'm gonna quit and get another job, or I hope we find a job, lose our lifestyle. You keep that shit silent because you don't want everybody to find out, and you don't want to lose your lifestyle, and she don't mean nothing. You just a piece of cock, and that shit is getting out of hand. These women are getting out of hand with this extreme taking advantage of men. Just because you're in a position of power, you don't come down and sexualize us. We got feelings. All right, I'm done. I just had to say that shit. One more thing. This is the most disgusting thing I'm going to tell you guys about that, because now I can laugh about it again, and I'm transparent as fuck. So, I went in for a job interview. This is when I was working. Again, when I say the Baron was fine as fuck, had abs and everything, guns, pythons showing. What? Motherfucker was fly. I ain't had no beard though, but I look good without the bitch. Now y'all probably ain't seen me without it, but I'm still a good looking brother. So, all clean shaven, look gold tee around this bitch, looking good. Going there for a job interview, resume stellar. Pop, 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 pop. Resume stellar. Been doing the shit, I know what I'm doing. I'm sitting there at the interview table talking to the chick, man. Yes, ma'am. She said, what's your biggest, my mentor calling, I call him right back. They said, what's your biggest, what they said, they asked that trick question, what's your biggest weakness, biggest problem? So I said, well, I say my biggest issue on the job that you'll find with me is the simple fact that I'm kind of like an overachiever to a fault. I say, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make sure I do it 10 times better than the next man, so I can keep my job. I'm petty, and I told her, I said, I'm petty, I'm arrogant, and I'm just that good at what I do. So I don't want nobody else to be able to follow up behind me and say, oh, he did it better. She thought that was pretty cool, right? So she said, okay, well, we'll talk later. She got up and she escorted me to the door. She kept the folder, resume, everything. Put it on her desk. So as I'm walking out, you walk out, you don't shake the person's hand right when they get from behind the desk. You wait till you're going out. You want to leave a lasting impression. I had already put some smell good on my hand, went in my pocket, put some, little cologne under the table. I could listen, man. I'm good at what I do. So I wanted her, when she touched my hand, she shook my hand, the smell to transfer. And most people, they go and wipe their face, so they be like, they go to thinking, smell, you're going to recognize me with a fresh scent in your mind, like, this smell good. So if you ever smell that smell again, what about that dude that came in for the interview? Listen, it's ways to train the brain. Just telling y'all a little bit, right? So as I'm walking out, I was leading, and she grabbed the door, And as soon as she went to open the door, I'm waiting for her to open the door because it's rude for you to open the door and walk out. You know, maybe she got another question. Man, the lady closed the door. Like, she acted like she was open. She closed the door. She turned me around and she stuck these two fucking fingers in my mouth. She said, and done. Chuck, I can't believe I'm telling y'all this bullshit. Chuck got logo. She like in my mouth. Bomb bomb. Keep in mind now, I'm like, so the bitch open, the mouth open, y'all. It's open. I'm like, and she was like, I'll be calling you. She opened the door. I walked out. You know, got on the elevator, hit that motherfucking button. I'm quiet. Having a long conversation with myself, y'all. It wasn't until 30 minutes later, I finally, my brain finally caught up what happened, right? 30 minutes later. So being the real nigga that I am, at that time I was even realer. I'm spiritual now. So now I started contemplating, and this was some years ago. So now I'm contemplating. So then the mind get to setting down. Now I'm saying, let me see how the bitch tastes. Now I'm going on. How the fuck, you know? I thank God the bitch was clean that day. Well, that could have ended rough there for me, you know. Bitch could have caught the K. Just being transparent. So that's how my brain was thinking. Well, she wasn't rough down there, you know. Water. I get a phone call the very next day saying you got the job. Did you know I didn't go in? I didn't go back to that building. I did not go back to that building. I had that much self-control when I was fucking single, y'all. I didn't go back. Because I know what she would have did to me. I would have been her boy. Under the desk at meetings and shit. Bitch would have pulled the Mahoney on me. You ain't gonna turn me into a Mahoney. I said that to say that that shit Saturday put me in the same mindset of that. Them people talking to me did nothing but molest me in the brain. And they would have molested me in person if I fall for the shit, right? The program is so good that everybody who hear it, they end up crying before they leave, and they want to bring it. And I am not a cheap motherfucking person when it comes to me doing my trainings. What y'all getting on this YouTube is free. Cause if I'm making $12,000 a month doing my program that I designed, that I got patent, that I created, my creative property. Imagine that shit inside a university. Imagine that shit inside all these at-risk acceleration schools and shit for bad chilling, misunderstood. I'm a millionaire in less than 2 years. A double millionaire, triple millionaire. But I can't deal. So I pulled out my flash drive, and last night I was looking through my notes, and I was looking at that program, and I say, well, it's just not your time again, program. And I got depressed, and that's what happened. And that's why I had such horrible energy coming here. All right, everybody, I'm done. Thank you guys for listening to me. I ain't got no real person to talk to and shit beside me right now. So you guys was it. I thank you so much. I can breathe. I'll try to sell it. I'll try to sell it by myself, but I'm telling you, when you selling a program in this game, unless you're gonna do it online free, because the program is meant to be interactive, you need to have a physical body to do this program. You can't just let it read off the computer screen, and that body got to be paid. And so I'll try to do it again. I'll go for it on my own. Now, let's get into this ancestor prayer, y'all. Thank you guys. I just had to get that off my chest. Sometimes you just need to talk about some shit without any feedback or without anybody trying to get nothing at you. You just need to talk. Just say the shit out loud sometime. Message. That will be $8. All right, so everybody, today we're gonna talk about. You see how I could just transform and jump right into the mission. I'm telling you, I have no lingering depression bone in my body. Once I say something is done and I calibrate it and I forget it, it's on to the next. I'm telling you, I forget how both my ex-wives look. Once I said it and forget it, your ass out of here. So I'd probably run into him one day and they'll remember me. See, I'm getting a headache thinking about him. I learned how to put mental blocks, but that's a whole nother. I'll teach about them later. All right, so today we're going to talk about those ancestors who just could not get it right. Now, people, listen to me when I tell you this. When I say this ancestor just could not get it right, they couldn't fucking say what they meant to say to people. They could not understand people. Nobody understood them. They couldn't walk right, couldn't talk right, just couldn't fucking compartmentalize shit the proper way. No matter what they did, they failed. They failed at every single thing they do. We're talking about that ancestor right there. Just failed. We would call them a failure. I would hear people call my kinfolk a fuck up. You're good for nothing. You're a failure. You're this. You're that. All that stuff, right? And you gotta think, what was them ancestors feeling? An ancestor was feeling so shitty. Ancestor sitting up there, his mom tell him, go wrangle up a chicken. And I'm just gonna take it back to the plantation, to the farm. Go wrangle up a chicken. Boy, go out there, grab the chicken. Instead of spinning the chicken and breaking the neck, motherfucker done beat the chicken on the ground with a rock. Boy, you just didn't do the right shit. The fuck going on here? You're too stupid. You know, you can't do nothing right. Motherfucker say, hey, go to the store and get what's on this list. One thing off the list. So the kid go and come back with nothing. Well, you say get everything on the list and don't fuck up. So they didn't have that thing. I looked through the whole store. They didn't have what you asked for, so I didn't get nothing because I didn't want to fuck. Oh boy, you're too stupid. This girl, you're too stupid. You just can't get right. You're just a fuck up. I mean, we done experienced this shit. I done seen it. Here go another one. You always dating the wrong man or the wrong woman. And when next time you go out there and get a girl, make sure she look like this, built like this, talk like this, do like this. Check out her mama, check out her family. You go get one, you think you crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. Let behold, that bitch got a mental problem somewhere going on. Come back talking to your mom and dad. Boy, you just always fucking up. So, girl, you just don't get it. You too stupid. You just a fuck up when it comes to relationships. And your ancestors grew up hearing this shit all day. I'm talking about to some of the ancestors here who was in that moment, that time, who had that characteristic about themselves. They grew up hearing that shit so much. And some of them people went to their grave feeling that they was a fuck up. Feeling as if they couldn't do shit right. Feeling as if they didn't exist in their world. And then you get people zoning out every 5 fucking minutes. You get people to grow up and start scamming other people because they don't want to be themselves anymore. They want to be the person they see on TV. They want to be the person that was always having it good. You see brothers and sisters growing up trying to emulate the other brothers and sisters. The motherfucker, oh, my sister always had the best hair, the best clothes. Mama and them always loved them so goddamn much. But why mama didn't love me? She always said I was a fuck up. So that person, that ancestor probably took that characteristic and that fuck up caused a lot of issues. They can't fuck their spouse right. They can't even be in a relationship. I mean, you understand what I'm saying here? We praying for that ancestor who just couldn't get it motherfucking right. Who felt that everything was against them, who second guessed themselves when it came to their God-given gifts, their God-given ability. And these people never got to live out their purpose. They was always playing catch up. How can I get to the next level? What can I do not to fuck up? And by them being so meticulous and checking everything, they end up missing one vital key. The key component of doing it because your heart is in it to make it have fun. And then they fuck it up again. Man, y'all are not hearing me when I'm talking to you good people. We talking about the fuck ups. We talking about those ancestors who nobody gave a fuck about when it came to doing stuff. I mean, I ain't gonna say that's a whole different ancestor who nobody gave a fuck about. We know what happened to them. We talking about the nobody cared about this ancestor's feelings. Everybody had their opinion of the ancestor because they could not do what the fuck they felt they should be doing. And let me be transparent with this shit. My son Matthew, high functioning autistic boy. When I first got him, and I told this, and I'm ashamed of it, but I'm not ashamed of it no more because I know I prayed and I meditated on this shit. When I first got Matthew, I had such an issue with how his mama treated me. I got Matthew when he was 5 years old, 5 years old. I had such an issue with the way his mother handled me with the courts and all that other shit that when I got the prize, which is my boy, my beautiful boy, he's 19, y'all. When I got the prize, I didn't like him. I held him to a standard of my other children who had me all their life. And I used to say, son, you're fucking up. I said, boy, you can't do that right. I was the one browbeating my boy at 6, 7, and 8 years old. For 3 years, it took me 3 years to get over that issue. And then I came home and I realized I had a rough day at work and I was pissed. And I say, I know that boy done fucked up. I'm driving home, people. I know that boy done fucked up. And I'm like this driving in the car. And let me tell you something. For everybody that may judge me for saying this, I'm going to be truthful. Because there's a lot of y'all parents out there still holding y'all kid to these impossible standards and calling them fuck ups. And looking at them as fuck ups. I just had to come to grips with my fuck shit. And got my shit together. Real nigga shit over here. So I said, damn. And I'm sitting in the car. And I didn't want to go in the house because I said, this boy, I know I'm going to see some fucked up shit when I walk in here. And I know he done fucked up something. Didn't even know what the boy did. And it hit me. Why are you calling your beautiful son a fuck up? Before you even know what he did. Before you even know what he been through. Before you even know what triggered your motherfucking button. And then when I came to that realization, it made me realize all the times that I shouted and screamed at my beautiful boy. Was I shouting and screaming at him because he was the fuck up, or because was I the fuck up? Because I didn't give him the leeway to learn. I didn't give him the ability to grow. I held him to the standard that was so impossible, some shit that I fail at, okay? I'm being transparent, people, because if we gonna heal our ancestors, that's about healing ourselves. And some of y'all need to sit back, look in that mirror, and be transparent with your motherfucking self, okay? You're not perfect. I damn sure wasn't. And it hit me And I told myself, man, I said, you the stupidest nigga on the planet. I said, you the biggest fuck up in these kids' life. Not they mama that's strung out. You the biggest fuck up in their life because they are looking to you for guidance, security, shelter. You all they know until they get to be an adult and they can make themselves. So now you're yelling at your boy. And you know he got a disability. You're so mad at that. Because how can your perfect fucking, and I'm being transparent. How can your perfect fucking DNA create something with a disability, people? This is the conversation I had to myself in my parking lot when it came to my boy after 3 years of calling my son a fuck up, looking for the bad shit for him to do. I walked past all the kids. I went in my prayer closet, people. I always had a prayer closet. Always gonna keep one. And I stayed in that bitch for like 8 hours. And I didn't come out, man, and I was tired, y'all. I was thirsty. I had a headache. I was crying. And I said, God, you need to take all this hatred out of me. You need to take that pain and suffering away from me. You need to take this ill feeling I have towards his mama that I'm projecting onto him away from me. Because I love him. And I can't be the father that he needs with me having all this hatred. I was called the fuck up growing up. And now I'm abusing my son, holding him to a standard that my parents didn't allow me to get to. They called me a fuck up. Y'all know I ain't had no good relationship with my mom. And I had to sit in that closet and I cried my ass off, y'all. And when I was crying, it hit me. One day at a time. Go out there and give him a hug. Tell him you love him. That's it. And go in your room. Don't say nothing to him till the next day. I went in the bathroom, cleaned up. I remember the night. Went in the bathroom, cleaned up, bought him Popeye's chicken. I brought him Popeye's chicken. He loved Popeye's chicken, that biscuit with the strawberry jelly. Them biscuits would choke you, motherfuckers. So I ordered his favorite food, went and picked it up. Well, back then you don't order shit. That I'm thinking now. But I went out there and got his favorite food, picked it up, brought it back to him. I say, I love you, boy. Gave him a kiss on the forehead. The hug that boy gave me melted me like a motherfucker, y'all. Melted me. The hug, I realized in 3 years of having my son, I was so busy considering him a fuck up, or what he gonna do bad next, that I never hugged him. I never knew that when, and I'm not gonna tear up because I'm over it, that when he hugs, he leans into you. I missed that for 3 years. So people, when I say this prayer means something to me, this prayer means something to me. We need to lend those ancestors, people, some of our energy. Who they parents, who they friends, they grandparents, they mates, don't matter. These people called them a fuck up and they went to their death feeling they was a fuck up, feeling they couldn't get it right. I thank God that he allowed me to be strong enough to get over my issue. It's a lot of parents abuse kids because they was abused. A lot of kids out there making fucked up decisions because that's all people told them they gonna be fuck ups. So shit, you tell a kid they something long enough, they believe it. I saw a video the other day on the TikTok. Yeah, I saw it on the TikTok, and they said an alligator egg hatched inside a duck nest. The alligator big as fuck. The alligator done grew. But that duck was the only thing that alligator knew to be his mama. So the alligator didn't see eating the goddamn ducks. Even though he 10 times their size, he in the nest and the mama duck is covering him. So she told that alligator, you was a duck from day motherfucking one. And it hit me. If it walked like a duck, quack like a duck, then it must be a fucking duck, right? More than often, we take that statement out of context, people, and we'll sit up there and say use that for somebody and use that to pass judgment on a motherfucker. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, bitch, then it's a duck. No, that shit was taken so out of context. Supposed to be, if it walk like a duck, act like a duck, quack like a duck, somebody turned it into a duck. Let that sink in. If you say your mate always cheating, eventually they're gonna cheat. Walk like a duck, act like a duck, talk like a duck. You turned it into a duck. Say they walk like a cheater, act like a cheater, think like a cheater. Goddamn bitch, I'm gonna cheat. I'm already getting persecuted. I'm already in this position. Same thing as the fuck up. People have called you fuck up, called me fuck up. We transfer call people fuck ups and so on, so on. Eventually, we gonna start making fucked up decisions and do rash, irresponsible shit that's gonna get us in a heap of shit. And now we got to live that life of the fuck up because that's all we know until somebody change, until spirit come in and change something, prayer come in and move something, or you fall down on your motherfucking sword and you stand in that mirror butt ass naked and you say, God knows I done said some horrible shit and I done called people fuck up and I'm a fuck up myself. I hate to use the word I'm a sinner because sin is not a good thing for me. I don't believe in sin. You make decisions, goddamn it, live with them. It ain't a sin. You made a decision and you need to handle that with your God or your karmic laws and shit when you get time. So I'm praying for those ancestors who went to their grave only knowing themselves to be fuck ups. That's heavy, people. Baron, what do you mean? Some of them people, I know some of them people that died, they was always happy, but you don't know who used to say they'll fuck up. And now it done, I'm finna hit you with something now, people. Now it done went from being in the home, being as the mom or the father or the grandparents or the kinfolk, the relative, sibling can say you're a fuck up, to when you're at work. And now your boss get to tell you you're a fuck up. Down to the motherfucking people you go to lunch with on your job, now they joking and saying, oh man, you too goddamn stupid, and they want to clown you and make jokes. You a fuck up. What, you fumbled that account? Oh, how you fucked that up? Oh, you lost that beautiful girl? You lost that handsome man? How you fucked that up? What did you just say to me? Because I don't take talk too well. I'm not kosher up here. Because I done took too much talk, how we say in the island, learn to take talk, not here. Done took too much talk as a kid. Browbeating. It don't register up here. It's like, as soon as I hear the negativity, what, you know, been that hit, big what? You sure? Get real close. You sure you saying this? Say it a different way so I understand and so I won't take offense. Just say it differently. Give me another analogy. That's why I like to use the analogies in my reading. Change that shit up real quick, boy, because I'm about ready to skunk your ass up. But people, them ancestors that went to their grave only knowing themselves to be fucked up, they didn't achieve what they needed to achieve in life. They got regret. They got married and divorced. It was your fault. It was his fault. You fucked it up. You could have done better. That's the worst thing you could tell somebody. You know you could have done better. No, the fuck I don't know I could do better until I motherfucking experience it. Now that I experienced it, now tell me I know I can do better. But don't let me try some shit for the first time and you hold me to an impossible stigma, a judgment that I don't know where the fuck I'm going with it. And your experience was your experience. Tell me I could have done motherfucking better. Bitch, could you do better? Go be a firefighter for one fucking day. Run into a burning house. See, do you know all the codes? Do you know 3 parts of a flame? But you got your ass burnt up and you scarred. Man, you could have did better. Bitch, I don't know I can do better until you train me to do better, until I experience that shit. Now I learn from experience. I know not to run in that bitch running gunning. Same thing with those people and those ancestors who we held to impossible standards. They go that word we, me included. That we held to impossible standards without allowing them to grow. And I thank God he didn't let my son go to his grave with that anger, with remembering the anger that his daddy portrayed on him, the anger that his mama portrayed on him. And we need to pray for them fucking ancestors who went there. Because you think they in turmoil and y'all wondering, and I'm finna hit you with something because we're coming up to the time for me to pray, y'all. I'm finna hit you with something. You wonder why you just can't get something in your head. You can't get it. You studying for a test. You can't get it. You're trying to be the best mate that you can, but you just can't get it right. You're trying to be the best cook. You're trying to drive the best car. You're trying to work your ass off. You're trying to be the best investor, the best saver. And you don't know why you can't get it. Listen, people. If all of your ancestors and their memories and their thoughts and their emotions and their feelings and their insecurities and frailties resides in you because they reside in you, do you think you can't get it because subconsciously that ancestor is boiling up to the surface saying I'm a fuck up and I can't get this subject? Are you listening? Did you hear it? You wondering why you can't lock on to that position, that information, that skill. Why? You know you can do it. You know you're intelligent. You got a degree. You done been to school. You can count. You can read. You can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. You know you got motor skill. Why can't you get it? Because if all of that pain and resentment and anguish and all that shit that need to be healed from your past lineage and your past line is in you, that's that ancestor boiling up to the top, telling your subconscious mind, you can't get it. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fuck it up. Don't try it. Don't go for the big position. Don't invest in that real estate. Don't go do this because you're not gonna get it. You're not good enough. You're gonna make the wrong decision. Don't go left when you know you should go right. They break it down, and that's in there. So this ancestor need to be healed. Because once you pray for that one and you heal that one and you get out with some strength, God damn it, you can do any goddamn thing you want to do. Because let's say that ancestor was super good at math, but that bitch got a C and the parent beat the shit out of him. Now I ain't gonna try to do math no more. I go to fucking psychology. I go social studies. Knowing that person is just a little bit more understanding in that subject could have outdid Albert Einstein ass on anything. Heal that person inside of you. Heal that ancestor energy of doubt, lack, fear, and fuck up. And watch what happened and change in your life. It changed me. I'm rated the best dad amongst all 6 of my children. I say, once a year, y'all come together. Then what don't you like about me? Well, I don't like how you run past me and fart and say hello to the queen. I say, that ain't gonna stop. And everybody like, no, I don't like it because I can't fart on you. You too fast. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Am I a bad dad to y'all? Did I do something? Take my inventory, kids. Trust me, anything you say right here in this moment, you can curse me out if you want to. Get it off your chest. Nah, you okay. You okay. You just, my daughter, no. You always checking my phone, wondering who I'm with, why I ain't home in 15 minutes from school. I say, dude, you live very close and you got a bike. It don't take an hour. Get your ass home. But that's they little complaints, right? So I turned out to be one of the best dads in the world once I went in that closet and realized that my children ain't a fuck up. I was the fuck up and I need to correct me. Because that ancestor energy in me from my abuse was boiling up. And patterns repeat themselves. So if we heal those ancestor energies inside of us that called us fuck ups, that people was always telling they fuck ups and they died being a fuck up, we heal that shit though, Can't nobody stop us, people. Can't nobody stop us. Can't nobody stop you. I'm telling you some shit. We old Southern boys got some intelligence. We make up words and shit, and we got it. We got it. We understand. Miko say, I know I was. Hey, boy, I did some dumb shit in my time. Some when they held when I should have been called the fuck up because I knew what I was doing. They were like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll get them the next time around." You mean to tell me I could try it again? I don't have to learn my lessons. Well, Heidi ho. Everybody, let's go ahead and bow our heads and get this on, get this thing popping. Oh, dear source, infinite and great are you, to which the battery that powers me and everything in the universe, known and unknown. I ask that you grant me an audience with my Baron, so that I may have a conversation with him, and you keep the lines of communication open as clear as possible with he and me. Thank you so much. Oh, Baron, my friend, my guide. I want to say I care about you, I love you, and I thank you for all you do for me and how you help me and protect me. The messages and the downloads and the service that you provide to myself and the people who have spoken to you through me, vice versa. I want to thank you and say I love you, brother. Please grant me an audience with my ancestors, particularly this ancestor here that was considered the fuck up. Please grant me an audience with him and tap him on the shoulder, him or her, and let them know that I'm here to speak to them directly. Put a barrier in front of all of us as I say this prayer. Allow our ancestor, the ancestor particularly in the one that was the fuck up, to take a portion of our energy without doing harm to ourself, our life force, or our health. Thank you. Oh, ancestor, I want to apologize to you. I want to apologize to you for everything that was said to you in haste, everything that was said to you in anger, everything that was said to you without you knowing, behind your back, in front of your face. I want to apologize to you for the people in my lineage. I'm taking responsibility for them, for your mama, for your daddy, from your friends, from your employers. I'm taking responsibility for them, and I want to say I apologize to you because you did not deserve that. You did not deserve it. You deserved a chance to learn, to grow, to understand. And these people, as well as the who resides in me, so I'm going to say I held you to a standard to which I couldn't hold myself to. They held you to a standard to which they couldn't hold themselves to. And I want to apologize on behalf of them by me for putting you through that. You are not the fuck up. You was learning. You are not the fuck up. You was the one trying to get to understanding, trying to get your place in the world, trying to find your bearing. And I want to say every mistake you made, you take it as a learning curve. Every mistake you ever did, everything you ever failed at, you wasn't the fuck up. You were just trying to get understanding. Some people learn from experience. Some people learn from goddamn books and pencils. Some people learn from colors and charts. Damn it, however you learned and however you didn't get it right, you wasn't the fuck up. You were just learning. You was developing. You was growing. And I want to apologize because I didn't see that. I couldn't understand it. Your parents couldn't understand it. As a parent now, I understand that I can't understand it. Your grandparents couldn't understand it. Your employers, they have zero tolerance for it. Your friends, your mates, they don't understand that everything is a learning process. It's a goal, it's a curve to get there. You're not a fuck up in your relationships. You weren't a fuck up in your marriage. You wasn't a fuck up in your relationship. You wasn't a fuck up on your job. You wasn't a fuck up with your kids. You wasn't a fuck up at home. It was the simple fact that you was learning. And you have to learn to be a parent nowadays. You have to learn to be a husband these days. You have to learn to be a wife these days. You have to learn to be an employee these days. You have to learn. The problem is nobody is giving anybody chances to learn, to understand, to develop. No forgiveness is given. No understanding. as your descendant, ancestor. Allow me to understand everything I put my hands to, everything I challenge. Afford me the ability to make the mistake, to lose and still maintain my strength and my mentality. Ward off all depression, egotistical behavior, self-sabotage. I know what comes with this feeling. Because I know I'm not a fuck up in this life. I'm learning. I just pray and I wish that people in your lifetime would have did the same thing for you all. Again, I ask that you forgive those who came before me, and I ask that you forgive me if I am not serving you properly. If I am not living up to that purpose, allowing you to relive your experiences through me, I ask that you forgive me and put some fire under my ass, that I may understand what you need to see done in my life so you can heal. Because I tell you, ancestors, I'd rather have a whole ancestor than a piece of a God any day. Y'all hear me? I'd rather have all of you instead of a piece of something made up any day. I thank you, ancestor. I love you, ancestor. And remember, I forgive you, you forgive me, and we all learning and growing together. Just continue to grow inside me. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. People, this is serious. I gave you some real true stories, and I gave you a really great scenario. Very, very true stuff. And you all need to just realize this. We all guilty of it. We're guilty of feeling like a fuck up, and we're guilty of making others feel like fuck ups. Let's change that. Let's change it. All right, everybody, how y'all feeling? I got some shit off my chest on 2 occasions, so thank you guys. Y'all guys are champions and A's in my book. Hey! I really do appreciate this. I really do appreciate this moment with you guys. It's needed on both ends. Trust me. I know it. It's needed on both ends. And people, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. As transparent as hell as I am, what you see is what you get. I don't change, and I'm not going to change. This is me. I'm learning, and I'm going to help you guys learn best way I can. All right, so now again, I'm still working on. Boy, I'm gonna talk to my mentor after this. He calling back to back. Hey, so the website, the new channel should have some material. Oh, excuse me. Wow. I'm not tired, y'all. That's just spirit. I just said a hell of a prayer. That ancestor say, nigga, say what? Now I got the back of my eye hurting. Now they want to see what's going on. Yeah, ass ain't come up here before. Don't start while I'm on this camera. Now you want to see probably one of them ancestors that want to be a movie star. And oh, somebody told me I couldn't do it. I couldn't act. Let me see, bitch. Do something crazy. So listen, the channel will have some material up there April 1st. It will have some up there. I am calling the clients to see about doing a follow-up video. Also, when I do start doing the I'm working on something. When I do start doing the what you call it, the Patreon, I want people to literally join in. 1 or 2 people. I'm gonna click the button, have you guys join in and talk, and you guys can say what you want to say via however we're gonna do. Because I'm just gonna really try to expand that program, y'all. But you can catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Baron with the on the original channel. It's gonna be strictly tarot reading, tarot cards, and everything else. The other one is gonna be more stories, more enlightenment, and more teachings. But yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, you can catch me on my YouTube channel doing premieres. People allow me to record their readings, and I post them, and y'all come through and see if you can guess what they lying about, what they talking about, or you can see if the Baron got good metal. Y'all can test me on my metal, And I found out nobody they like the readings that's premiering, but it's a family, man. They be in there talking to each other, laughing and joking, making fun of my knuckles sometime, making fun of each other. It's just a beautiful sight to see. So for all the new subscribers, new people watching, come through, check it out. It's worth it. Uh, Everybody to the Patreon. I don't know if I did the 2 Tuesdays already for this month. If I'm feeling up to it, if it's 3 Tuesdays in this month, I'll do it again. I mean, if it's like, I think every other, something like that. I was thinking one of the months may have one more in it. If I'm feeling up to it, I'll do it. So every other Tuesday, we do the one question tarot. Last time, people, I know I missed 7 people. 7 people was the only people that didn't get their question answered. I answered 100 questions. I played it back. I answered 100 questions. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's heavy hitting. That's high pack. So y'all appreciate that for rocking with me there. What else? I ain't got nothing else to say than thank you guys. Shirts to be up April 1st on the website. More shirts, more materials, more product. I'm doing a commercial for my new product. It's my home protection brick dust. Trust me, you guys will. I got one for inside and outside, so you guys will not be disappointed. And again, I grind that shit up myself, y'all. Motherfucking got calluses on my beautiful hand, and do the sacrifice, do everything it needs to activate this. Did you know you can't buy livestock here in Central Florida anymore? You can't buy any livestock. They due to some kind of shit called a bird flu going around, they won't sell you a live chicken, so you have to go to the farms and get it. So it was a hunt, but it happened, y'all. All right. Well, everybody, I got some stuff to get done today. Got some packages to ship off. Somebody asked for my Buddha head. I ain't gonna say no name. I had it in here, so I wrapped that up, and that'll be shipped off today. And all the orders and stuff. I thank you guys for continuing to purchasing the prosperity bags and purchasing the jinx remover bags. I would love some insight or some feedback on how it's working, what changed for you, and all that stuff there. That's where we're lacking. So I would like that type of stuff. Also, for those of you guys that are respecting the simple fact that I'm on vacation, I do appreciate it, and I do know emergencies come up, and that's why I got the emergency readings out there, because I do understand that. But if it can wait, I just let it wait a little bit until I get off. I really need this time to recharge and re-energize. For three whole years, I have been doing nothing but solving problems. I need to work on some of my own issues, y'all, as y'all can see. So I thank you guys for respecting that. But if you got an emergency, book that reading, hit me up. All right. All right, everybody. Well, I am the Baron, telling you guys to trust you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. Soul Tribe, I love you all. Stay blessed.